Welcome to Audi MedCup TV for the penultimate day of the Region of Sardinia Trophy. It is a beautiful setting in Cagliari. We keep coming back here year after year. I think it's the fourth year that the MedCup's been in Cagliari. A beautiful city and fantastic sailing conditions. Well, the Mistral was back with a vengeance today, and we got an extra race in there to make the most of it before the coastal race. The TP52 set out on the coastal race. About 30 knots out on the course today. We topped. We've got Seb Cole from Audi Sailing Team powered by All For One and Andy Clark from Ngoni joining us in the studio this evening to have a chat about the racing. Guys, what's it like out there when you get up to 30 knots? Seb, first of all, can you tell us how exciting it is out on the coastal race when you're sailing at 30 knots?
Yeah, well, it was a great day for sailing for sure, and for sure at one stage you have, when the breeze pick up, you have to think more about finishing the race than winning a race. So today was a little bit like that.
And Andy, not such a great day for Ngoni today. Can you tell us about some of the challenges that you guys faced?
We had a difficult first race, but our perseverance definitely came through in the second race, which was the more difficult race to finish. And we're pretty happy at how the end of the day we've come out, but it's definitely a tough day on the water.
Those boats are quite incredible downwind, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very, very tender and require a lot of effort to get them going at full speed, and a lot of physical work. So I think we've got a few tired crew members relaxing now.
Well, it wasn't a great day for a couple of the Soto 40 fleet. 22 from Sardinia also struggled out there today, but they are still the local heroes after overhauling Iberdrola yesterday. In the Region of Sardinia Trophy, another local team have taken over 22. 7 Malgis 24 sailors from Cagliari leapt at the chance to take part in the Audi MedCup and race in one of the world's most exciting up-and-coming fleets.
The
Soto 40 is a much more complicated boat than a Malgis 24. Upwind, the Malgis is a bit slower. The 40 sails at between 7.5 and 8 knots, but downwind, both boats are similar.
It's their first time on a Soto and in the Audi MedCup. A challenge, but a dream come true.
The Audi MedCup has been a pleasant surprise for us. It's the first time we have sailed on board a 40, and the Sardinia 22 boat has given us this chance. Who knows if the future will have representation on the Audi MedCup circuit.
They're young, competitive and out to win. And yesterday's victory was an experience they'll never forget. Yes, they had a great day out there yesterday, but it wasn't so easy for them today. Here's the highlights of the Soto 40 class.
Two races were held for the junior class today. The first one saw a repeat of the form shown by the Spanish Iberdrola team, with yesterday's winner, the Sardinian team, coming third. The second race, which started in fresh winds, saw the British Ngoni sail a perfect beat to round the first mark in the lead, with the Sardinian second and the evergreen Iberdrola in fourth. But then the fun started. The big downwind spinnakers were set and the fleet were off at high speed down the 2.3-mile leg. It was the Sardinians who had the first problems, with a slow spinnaker hoist eventually causing them to broach and lay on their side for several minutes before the spinnaker was released and they could recover. But by this time, both trailing boats had passed. Next was Noticia to broach. This put Iberdrola in second place and sailing fast downwind, catching the leader Ngoni. 3/4 of the way down the run, with a Spanish boat breathing down the necks of the British, the team in the silver boat hit a wave and the spinnaker blew out, allowing the Spanish to sail past and into a 60-metre lead at the bottom of the course. Ngoni recovered well and sailed fast up the next leg to around just 10 seconds behind Iberdrola, who then set their spinnaker efficiently and planed off downwind. Ngoni hoisted a fresh spinnaker to the top of the mast, and as it filled, bang, it burst instantly. The rest of the run was about whether Noticia, still with a spinnaker, would catch the hobbled Ngoni and get second place. It wasn't to be, and the four boats then enjoyed a long beat all the way up inside Cagliari harbour to finish right in front of the city waterfront and the Saturday afternoon crowds.
So the two Spanish teams still at the top of the leaderboard, and an unassailable lead for Iberdrola there, 6 points, followed by Noticia on 12 points, and 22 Sardinia, the local team, and Ngoni in 3rd and 4th. Andy, a very difficult day out there. How frustrating was that for you when you were ahead of Iberdrola?
It was great to be up there fighting for it, and it's a shame that we knew we had a slight nick in the kite on the first downwind leg of the second race. We're trying to nurse it in, and unfortunately we were pushing hard as Iberdrola started to come with us, and it didn't survive. And then the second spinnaker was just we had to try it, and unfortunately it didn't work for us. But managed to hold on against I think it was Noticia,
yeah, and
get a second after a very challenging race. So very happy.
How close did you come here? Because how many spinnakers have you got on board with you?
We carry 3 spinnakers. So the first leg of the second race, we had a heavy spinnaker up, and that's the one that blew up first. And the second leg was always a risk of putting the lighter spinnaker up, but we had to do it because we were just behind Iberdrola, and we're still challenging for the lead. So.
We're seeing improvements with your team all the time, and you've had some changes on board the boat as well. So what's the goal for tomorrow?
The goal for tomorrow is obviously try and finish all the races, and our main aim is to try and beat the Sardinian team. We're on equal points. I think they get it on count back at the moment, so we just need to put in 2 good results tomorrow, and hopefully we can get on the podium.
Nice one. Okay, well, we had another windward-leeward race before the coastal race in the TP52s today. Here's Marcus with all the highlights.
The first start got underway at midday, and straight away the fleet split in 2, with those who believed something might happen on the right heading far to the shore. Audi Azura sailing team went the furthest, but it didn't seem to pay, and Container managed to use their position on the far left to come back to the top mark and round in the lead. But the second lap, the Italians tried the same trick again on the right. This time it worked, and they managed to get all the way up to second place and keep it to finish just behind Container. The coastal race itself started at 1:30 in much fresher winds, and again the dilemma of which side to choose for the first beat was on everyone's mind. The Russian Synergy chose the right and turned the first mark ahead of Audi All For One and Quantum. The red boat did a better set on the run, and when it came to the jibe managed to turn inside the Russians and move out into the lead. The strong conditions kept all crews on their toes, and at the leeward gate all teams rounded bumper to bumper with plenty of shouting and red flags fluttering. The next leg was a 2-sail reach deep into the Gulf of Angels, with winds hovering in the high 20s. The 2 Audi boats revelled in the conditions on this tight reach. Their hull form may be giving them an edge on this point of sail, and they rounded the next mark in 1st and 3rd positions respectively. And the last part of the race was sailed in extremely fresh conditions, and as the 7 TP52s made their final approach to the finish inside Cagliari harbour, it had all closed right up again. But it was another day for the on-form Audi All For One, winning this important race with its bonus points. More significantly, with Quantum Racing finishing second, they moved back into second overall for this event and extend their 2011 Audi MedCup season lead over Container.
So we could be witnessing here one of the biggest comebacks we've ever seen on the MedCup. After last place in Cascais and second to last in Marseille, Audi All For One are atop the leaderboard on 18.5 points. If we have one race tomorrow, they've actually won the title, so hopefully there's 2 tomorrow, and we've got a bit of a fight on our hands. Quantum will certainly be coming back. We'll know they'll be fighting till the very end. Seb, tell us how much of this is a mental game for you guys now, because you've managed to perform well all week. Is that in part a mental thing for you?
Not really. I think we from Marseille already we learned a few things from the boats, and obviously the condition here suits really well the boats. The boat likes the big wind, so we learned a few things in Marseille, and we try to adapt our way of trimming the sails here in Cagliari, and makes the boat really powerful in the breeze. So Yeah, it's not really a mental game. It was more a speed game.
Okay. So say conditions stay the same for tomorrow and we get the Mistral coming through again. What's the plan?
What's the plan? I think we made a mistake the first race today to look too much at quantum, and I think the plan is still to sail our race. I think so far we are sailing very well, and I think we are able to, especially in the breeze, to make good race by just sailing our race, not focusing too much on quantum.
Okay, well, we've got another couple of windward-leeward races tomorrow. We're going to try and get started a little bit earlier, so Audi MedCup TV will be back on air at 11:55 tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get another couple of races on the final day of the Region of Sardinia Trophy in the Audi MedCup. See you then.